Dear folks, welcome to Possible One. Lunar Industries, a new game, just launched in early access. Mid-May 2025, costs about €20 on Steam because it's currently available with a 20% launch discount. The developers, Upstairs Games, are from Israel, and it's a base building game, a mix of base building and simulation, where you build a moon base on the moon. But it's not sci-fi, it's based on scientific principles, just as it could be in a few years using today's technology. Just an idea, a tiny detail thought a bit further. We're live on Twitch now. YouTube viewers, check the description and first pinned comment for details. A link that leads to the Steam store page. If you're interested, feel free to add it to your wishlist or buy it there. And this stream here is financially supported by the developers. Thanks for that. Thank you very much. And that's why there's also a notice at the top saying it's an ad. We already showed the demo, it was available some time ago. The game has developed a lot since then, has become more beginner friendly, and now it's also playable in German early on, right at the start of early access. The German market seems to be important to the developers. We are starting with a new game. And we'll call it the Moon Expedition 007. I would have liked a really exciting name. And we're getting started with a short preview film that creates excitement.
Today we are doing what everyone thought was impossible, making a permanent, sustainable manned presence on the moon. While everyone else was eyeing Mars, we saw opportunity closer to home. Our alliance of businesses, investors, and talent got us to the moon. It's up to us to stay there. These coming days will push us, will test us, but inside Shackleton Crater's darkness is our future. Our ingenuity, our discoveries, our refineries will improve life on Earth and help us take a larger step out into the stars. So, take a bow, but remember, today was the easy part. A lot of things could go wrong, and the whole world is watching us. No pressure, right? Okay, people, let's get to work.
And here we are. Impossible One.
Welcome to Shackleton Crater, where you'll be risking everything on the biggest gamble of our lifetime. You'll do what others thought impossible, build the first permanent industrial base on the moon. Let's get started.
The first steps are relatively harmless. We'll get a bit familiar with the controls of the game. It's the usual WASD control scheme. You can also freely rotate it with Q and E. With the mouse, look, you can zoom out very far. Later in the game, you can also settle in multiple regions. At first, just one, only one. And I think you can jump back with the spacebar. Yes, here we are. With our little machine.
In base, you'll need to build a landing pad and a road to connect it to a hub. The scanner is your first tool for lunar construction. Anywhere you want to build must be scanned first before you do anything else.
We want to scan this area before we build. Beginning scan.
Beginning scan.
Marty, thanks for your 43rd subscription. Greetings. In the middle of the eternal darkness of the crater.
Removes obstacles, like moon rocks, so you can build structures or deploy landers on flat terrain. An important resource for building structures.
Yeah, you can never remove the red ones. Those are natural obstacles on the map, so you're forced to build a bit more cleverly, but you can remove the yellow ones. That's a resource, regolith moon rock, which you also need for many things in the game.
Between the scanner and dozer, you have cleared a spot for another lander, second lander beginning descent.
Touchdown.
Everything is automated or remotely controlled. No humans on the moon yet. With
rovers from both landers, you can now build a pad. This location is deep in Shackleton Crater's darkness. Clean an area and then deploy a portable range extender for light.
we run the seal. That has to go. Theophanush asks how hard sci-fi the game is. It's actually more present day than future-oriented and is very much based on what is already technically and scientifically possible today, or what is currently being worked on. We're building a surface range extender here. 4 plates, 4 machine parts, those are the first resources we use. Deployment complete. And a power connection. That's why I think it doesn't matter. It has a certain radius, which you can see here. I'll put this here, then we'll have them all in place.
With the extra light, this space is ready to be scanned and cleared for the landing pad. The landing pad must be built away from your landers. Propulsion from rockets turns lunar rocks into shrapnel. For safety's sake, build the pad here.
Okay, a landing pad will go up there in front, quite far away, because the rockets are very loud. And so that we can do that, we first have to remove a few things. The regolith can go. A very clear and very realistic graphic style. Many city builder games have a cute, imaginative, or comic-like graphic style. You won't find any of that here. Let's build that, please. The landing pad for the rockets. We're actually on a mission or working on behalf of a corporation. Of course, they want to see results too. The currency in the game is our prestige.
Now it's time to build the hub. Use this area for its construction. Build a road from the landing pad to its location here.
As long as the client, our corporation, has the impression that we're really making progress here, that we're conducting research, making discoveries, bringing things over, it won't be a problem to receive rockets from home that supply us with everything we still can't produce here ourselves or can't produce at all. But over time, trust fades, and we really have to get active so that it doesn't end up being, yeah, it was a good time, but it's all used up, that's it. We're building some access roads here. We'll extend it quite a bit farther down first.
The land pad is ready for shipment.
The first deliveries can come. The delivery menu is at the bottom left. I'll click on it once.
Click and drag the selection into the cargo hold. For this delivery, choose food, water, and parts.
So we need water feed, sorry. Well, it's not completely mistranslated, but I think food is a bit more respectful toward our people. We don't have to pay for whatever comes in. Instead, each rocket flight costs us reputation, no matter what's loaded inside. Whether it's full, whether it's empty, whether it's half full. Down here you can see it has a weight, a limit more than 1,250 weight. One type doesn't fit in. 2 people are already coming over, Howard and Sharon. Water is already in. Now we'll add the food as well. Each item has a little overview here. But I would say, if that's already possible, I'd like to take a few plates with me, but unfortunately they're grayed out because they always run out early. Unfortunately, we can't take those with us. That whole area is always grayed out. The beginning is scripted like a tutorial.
Delivery found.
A few weeks later, deployment. Here comes our rocket.
Touchdown.
Trophy.
Your shipment has arrived, but you won't always be able to count on help from Earth. Survival on the moon means careful planning, smart decisions, and staying calm in emergencies. Your moon base has just started. Anything can happen 250,000 miles from home, and safety is not assured deep in Shackleton Crater. Your greatest adventure has just begun.
400,000 kilometers from home, this is always the launch and landing point for the rockets. The road is built, and up there our moon station is being constructed. The crash is scripted, it's not randomly generated. We can also stop at any time. I think you do that with the spacebar. No, with the P key for pause? Yes. And that's definitely recommended if you want to get your bearings a bit. There are tutorials for each, and you can access them by clicking on the icons next to each task. Here, missions, side objectives, and so on are created, and there are always little videos that show you how things work. Terubis, thank you so much for the 38th sub, shout out to you. So, and now, how many people do we have here? 3, right? 2. These 2 were just delivered. This is a corridor. The people don't move across the lunar surface on their own, but they have to walk through the corridor from A to B. This here is like, there is the central hub, the heart of everything here. Next to it we have 3 simple ones standing in a parking lot and 3 simple buildings. A bulldozer, a scanner, and a construction vehicle, and here everyone is recharging. And there's a small flatbed here. Okay. So, and first we're supposed to explore and survey a water node. There are resource areas nearby. Here's ice, there's water. There's something up ahead. There's something in the dark here. There will be even more out in the darkness. There's something else up ahead to discover. Amen? And we build first a scout station, so that we can get a vehicle that can drive around quickly everywhere and reveal everything. Do we really not have a scout yet? No, not yet. We're building a scout station. Build menu and scout. It's called Scout Bay here. The scouts reveal the map and check resource nodes. We need 20 regolith, 20 plates. How many of those do we actually have? I'll go up and show all resources. We only have 80 regolith. We should have some delivered soon. No, regolith is the moon rock. You can also mine it here. But these plates will run out soon. We only have 62 of them right now. And then you need them too, for the corridors. 5 plates each. They run out quickly. And we're building a scout station. And soon a cooling system. At the moment the cooling is still okay, but the heat needs to be dissipated. Power consumption 0, production 10. Everything's okay. We'll build the scout bay first. It needs exactly 10 power and it uses 1, produces 1 cooling, and it needs 1 employee. Where the woody is, I don't think it's that important where it's placed. We could take a look at where we want to place it. We can gain some space here by already using the surface actions. Please collect some regolith up here in the front. Collect regolith here. And collect regolith here. Then we already have a bit of space here. We can now place buildings here. Okay. Now back to the building mode. Let's find a good spot for the scout bay. You can't build on red. Gaps are things you can remove. And we always use up 1 access point. Look, there's a little cross there. The cross represents the corridors. With the right mouse button, you can rotate it by 90 degrees. For example, we could build here. But then getting through on the left will be hard. Or we could build here at an angle and make it long. 1 here, 1 here. And then later, I'll cancel this. For now, we could run a corridor along here. I could imagine that. A scout bay over here. Kind of wasted. I'd rather grab the 2 spots up top. Put 1 here since it's the edge of the buildable area. A reconnaissance bay doesn't work because it's red and blocked, but here it works. The space is already occupied by the resources. What is it occupied by? Check again. Yes, those are red areas that you can't build on, okay. But it should work here. That should work. You can build it like this here. Terrain unsuitable for building. Why doesn't it work there? It's not marked in red, it should actually be possible, amen. I don't quite understand. The blue area in front of the bay must also be in the construction zone. The blue area in front of the bay? You mean the grey one? Night Dragoon. Let's rotate it. We could build it like this. That should work. But then we kind of box ourselves in. Or we could make a path here and build to the left of it. For example, we could build here. We could do that, and then we could make the corridor around here. That should work. Oh, the blue area behind it. You mean the dashed one. The one you can drive out of. Good tip in the chat. That's the explanation. Thanks for thinking along with me. Night Dragon, Dragoon, and Marze. This corridor will be built automatically, but you'll need to build the next one. I think that's automatic.
Deployment complete.
With the construction of our scout bay, our research is no longer limited to the inside of the colony. With the help of our manned lunar scout, we can explore the many types of geological anomalies throughout the Shackleton crater. The whole world will be watching us as we explore our new home far away from the old one. The better we work, the higher our reputation will be. It's currently increasing by 2, but we're already at the maximum of 100. That means it just went to waste. And next, we're going to build another habitat for more people. I think someone has to work here. We need to assign someone here. And whether that's a researcher or an engineer, it doesn't matter. Let's take the engineer Vance. What's closed? What? And energy is okay. Cooling will soon become a problem. We should build a habitat, request more astronauts, send out the first scout. We can do that already. We're doing an exploration thing up here in front. Please send the scout here. We can also send scouts here. Send them here. And send them there. Like this. Alright. And now build the next habitat for astronauts so that we can have more astronauts. It increases the maximum astronaut capacity. Right now, what is our current capacity? How many people live here? Where can you see that? 2. We can have 2. We also have 2. The capacity is 6, which we're actually even allowed to have at all. We need special contracts or special research to have more than 6, but we can already get up to 6 by having another habitat. We're producing regolith and plates. I'll rotate it again. Let's see if we can place it here now. This one works here. Great. Yes, possible. There will be a habitat there. And we'll have it built. Now they're exploring up here. We'll go ahead and get a rocket. Let's see if that's possible already. Yes. We can have astronauts delivered. Great. Then let's say 2 for now. We'll take another scientist. That could be Penny. And we don't have an engineer yet. We have... This one is a mechanic. Let's add an engineer too. Then we need some items. I think we had all the vehicles. Only a forklift is missing. What do we need? We have plenty of food, water, and spare parts. The plates will run out soon. We only have 27 plates left. We have to stick to the cargo limit here. So you use up a lot of those plates very quickly. I'd stock up on those ahead of time. Here, listen to the weight here. And what else are we missing? We have 30 machine parts, radiation units, 12. We have 38. Maybe some more food supplies. 60, but that's actually not necessary yet. Hydrogen, we don't have any hydrogen on site yet. We could have it delivered. Thank you very much for watching. No hydrogen available. And what else? More plates. As I said, you need them in crazy amounts. I could even imagine that we might get even more plates to have in reserve. A water pack with 10 units. A food package with 60. We could get another water pack to have in reserve. Okay. One like that. I could still stick something in there just a little bit if we had the space for it. But we can't fit anything else into this puzzle. Not enough beds on site, I know. That's why we can't start yet. We need to wait until the building is finished. But I think that will remain in planning mode. If I click on it again, everything is back. Very nice. Now we have to wait until the part up front is finished. Cheers.
Deployment complete.
Now you can start the ship. Request the rocket. With all of that, with everyone. How much living space do we have? For 5. We can take a third person with us. What else did we have again? We had a mechanic. And an engineer, I think. Right? How was it again? We just had a mechanic. We did. And what was the second one we had? A researcher. That means we had 2 researchers here. We could get another engineer, get ourselves a second engineer. right? Isn't that possible? Oh, they're already on board? Could we get Gabriele? Little Gabby is coming along. Everything set like that? Is this okay? Let's start. So the Scout is charging, there's not enough power. The biggest power outage has led to a system overload that's affecting our cooling systems. We don't have any cooling yet. The malfunction isn't life-threatening, but it's expected to last for a while since repairs are currently underway. As long as the problem persists, our cooling systems will operate at reduced capacity. If we can spare the personnel, we could assign one of our crew members to the problem so he can run a test and act as a mechanic. Did that just work? I'm not exactly sure. I'll just let it keep running. Cooling has a small problem. No, we have 4 cooling and 1 heat. Everything's fine. And electricity consumption is a bit higher. That means shipment has arrived. Yes, that means we definitely need another microreactor. For more electricity. Industry. Industry? No bones. Destroyed 8 plates, 4 power supplies. Nothing? I have another question as well. Can we maybe place it next to that here? Very pretty. Great. Fits perfectly. Wonderful. Well, go ahead and build it, please. Tishfart addresses the mods as a can. Autocorrect problem, could that be?
Deployment complete.
I see. The colony is currently operating at full capacity, which highlights the limitations of our living spaces and the impact such conditions have on crew morale. With limited living space and a stressful environment, our astronauts would already be sick just from seeing each other. We should build additional habitat facilities to relieve the congestion. For now, we have to make do with what we have. So now let's stop again and take a look at this up here. The microreactor is not connected to the power grid. I think the electricity also runs through the corridors. That means we have to build the corridor first. Build it first. Matze says the red fields have a negative impact on the yield. The green fields have a positive one, are you sure? We should have enough electricity now. Consumption 14, production 10, no. Because there is no staff here yet. We are assigning Lucas. And what's power at now? Yeah, we're well in surplus. 40 production, 14 consumption. We could work on cooling now, while we still have enough cooling relative to heat. Has our rocket actually arrived yet? I think so, we have so many plates. I think so, yes. What tips are there? Build a vehicle, build a parking lot, we can set up a mining site here. I would go ahead and start with the cooling in advance so there won't be any trouble. Because every new room costs something. And they're all crammed together here in this one living space, the 3 of them. Is that supposedly meant to increase stress? Well, first we'll set up cooling. Small cargo bay, living quarters, medic's quarters, microreactor, cooling system distributes the heat generated by your facilities. That's what we're building. 10 plates, 6 machine parts, 4 control units. Needs 10 power, which we have, and generates 10 cooling units and needs 1 employee. Can we squeeze this one in here? Yeah, great. Let's do it. Thank you very much. We'll add a section here too. Corridor next. Regenbogen asks, do they actually have an outhouse? No, they handle it differently. Matze says, that's what the spacesuit is for professionally.
Deployment.
What? We need that up here. Cooling system, Vance. Only mechanics can do that. Where is Vance right now? I think he was at the recon bay, right? Nobody works there, so where is our Vance? Who's coming here? Assign Penny? Where is Vance? At the microreactor? No. Where is Vance? He's hanging around. He must have a shift nearby. Oh, I think he was assigned to the magician, but I think he's taking a nap right now. Why can't I... Where is he? He's right up here. He's busy doing nothing, but he doesn't have a job right now, does he? We've checked all the buildings now. I'll just keep it running. He shouldn't actually have a job anywhere. I would have used him for the event. He'll be back in 5 days. Okay. He's doing a cooling event right now. Let's save. That never hurts with titles that are still fresh in early access. Day 5. Day 5. And what are we going to do next? Well, with the cooling, unfortunately, we have to leave a little bit empty. We have 98 reputation. That's actually pretty good. We could make it a mining site. We could tap into the ice. Claim unclaimed site. Place a mining site there. Well, where is he? Groundwork? No industry? Okay. Oh, you don't even need a building for that. You just click once and say, it needs to be done somewhere nearby. How do we set up a mining site? A mining site has to be on the resource deposit. We build an excavator and at least 1 truck. Set up a mining site. Where is the mining site? Maybe it hasn't been unlocked yet? Here. Transforms raw ice from mining sites into water. It just has a different name. That means we can put this thing on here now. But our people have to come here for that, right? It doesn't need to be placed exactly there, it just has to be built nearby. And the trucks will bring it there. Let's turn it until it fits. Access from this side. That way it'll fit, right? Great. Go ahead and build it. Then we need a vehicle parking lot. I thought we already had one up front. Scouts report a highly reflective formation protruding from the local regolith, the Lunar rock. It doesn't match the surrounding basalt. It could be an untouched meteorite impact or deep crust material that was exposed by a recent moonquake. We need a geological survey to determine the origin. We could send a surface expedition. That would earn us a lot of reputation. Send a surface expedition. Or make the data publicly accessible. Our mission stays in focus, then we get a tech tree, then we get a technology point. A discovery point for research. So many of these events give you the choice whether you want a technology point or if you'd rather have reputation. Our reputation is very high. That way we'll earn a technology point. Now we have the first one. We wanted to build a parking lot, right? Can we actually have someone work in the cooling station by now? Still not? So we need a vehicle parking lot. To accommodate more lunar vehicles, at the moment there were only the 3 parking spaces here. There are 4, okay. Build. Parking lot. Up to 8 vehicles can be accommodated. Let's put it right here next to it, right next to the street. Then they'll be nice and close together. Let's do it. Weak wants a parking meter. You can pay for it with reputation. Deployment complete.
Complete.
Wishwash asks if all the materials have to be delivered permanently by shuttle or if you can eventually produce them on site. The latter. So you can produce some of the things on site, but not everything. This is the water treatment plant. Let's assign Gabriel to a shift. Deployment complete. It's waiting for the resource. And for that, we need the necessary vehicles up front. Didn't we already analyze that? Assign a motor vehicle to a mining site. Excavator, truck. We don't have any trucks. Do we have an excavator? Is a bulldozer an excavator? I don't think so. That means we'll order. An excavator and at least 1 truck. We can go ahead and order 2. Vehicles. An excavator, wow. I think they're really heavy. And a truck, that should probably work out exactly. That's the motor vehicle. Can't we take another person with us? We'll order those 2, yes. And now we'll assign the mining site to it. Land surveyor, land surveyors? Mining site. Right here on the front. Like this. There's only enough food for 3 days. Oh. That's not cool. And right now we can't, in 2 hours a ship will be here. We need to order new food soon. The rocket is already up ahead. We can order a new one right away. The vehicles should arrive here. Motor vehicle, excavator. That's the way they're going. Very nice. And what shall we order next? Food, and what else are we going to do? Regulated with a lot of metals if possible, and even more plates. Food plates. Let's see if any of those are possible here. So we need a food package. With food you can actually gather. The cargo hold isn't completely full, that's good. Can we take some more food with us? It's not too heavy. We wanted to bring plates with us, but we can't fit much of that. And we can't take more people with us. We only have the 5. We could get some spare parts for ourselves again. There are still 30 left. A salty pack would be possible. Does it say metals anywhere here? No, machine parts. We only have 18 left. They could give those to us. Many items shown as 0 here aren't even available on the left yet. Udo, many thanks for the 60th sub for Udo. Thank you very much. So I wanted to pack that. It's not full or fully used, but we could add some spare parts just in case. But when you have so many, 30, it's empty right now, and we're not sold out. Let's take them with us. Buy control units. We could get a few just in case. Better to have than to need, okay? And start. Shackleton's cannon. We have taken the first steps to make the Shackleton crater our new home, far from our old home. But the secrets hidden in this vast crater are still waiting to be discovered. And for that we have the means. By using our scanning devices, we'll be able to better understand our new surroundings. This makes our living space safer and deepens our understanding of the lunar landscape, which we want to call our home. The more we find out in the coming weeks, the better our reputation will become. You get 1 reputation point for every scan within the next 14 days. Since we're at 80, we should start scanning. Take a look up here. We're at 80%. I think that's a good reason to run a few scans. I'd like to point out again, this game is available on Steam with a 20% launch discount at the start of early access. It'll cost around €20. Link to the Steam store page. Since we're recording for YouTube, you'll find it below in the video description and also in the first pinned comment shortly after the video goes live. Please post it again on Twitch.